Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 6 of Spring into Action, 31 days to a simpler menopause. And today is a pretty hot topic. This macronutrient has definitely been, it's raining. I have dogs to walk in just a few minutes. But it is definitely getting its fame about now. So, yesterday we talked about fiber. We talked about how it supports digestion, keeps cravings in check, helps with hormonal balance. Now, today we're talking about protein and why protein does become even more important for the menopause woman. But protein in itself, just adding more protein, is not a weight loss strategy, despite some of the misleading things you might see. So again, there's been a lot of hype around protein, making it sound like if you just add more, you will lose weight. But if you're already eating 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, adding more won't do anything but increase your calories. Now, I am talking here throughout this entire video about the average person. If you are on the extremely athletic side, highly athletic. Now, I'm not talking about someone who's strength. I am talking about someone who does strength training like 3 to 4 times a week. But if you're running marathons and you are doing long distance running and all that kind of stuff. That was the same thing, but you know what I mean. That's a little bit different. But I'm talking about the average person here who exercises in an average way. And hopefully part of that average exercise is 3 to 4 times of strength training and some walking or some other form of movement other days. But so it's not about forcing extra protein, but it's making sure you're getting enough at where you need it, where that would be at all your meals. But let's talk first about why it matters. So as our estrogen declines, we do lose more muscle, right? We can have a more sluggish metabolism, and we can notice an increase in cravings. So if you are not eating enough protein, what will happen is this: you could potentially lose muscle faster, and less muscle does mean a more sluggish metabolism. When we have more muscle in our body, more muscle than we do fat, we actually burn more calories when we are at rest. So we want to have more lean muscle. You might find that you're struggling to lose fat. Without enough protein, your body loses muscle instead of fat. You might notice that you're feeling hungrier sooner. Protein helps to keep us full, and it helps to keep our blood sugar stable, and it prevents energy crashes. And if you're not getting enough, you can be at a higher risk for bone loss. Protein helps us maintain bone density. Also, our recovery, right? If you do, hopefully, exercise, protein helps your muscles repair and get stronger, right? So we need recovery is just as important, you guys, as our workouts. And our body has to have the ability to recover. So the goal, around 100 grams a day for the average person, is generally a good guideline, which is about 20 to 30 grams per meal plus a snack or two. So if you are already hitting those numbers, adding more will not magically make you lose weight. And I want you to think about this just for context. 2 eggs, 12 grams of protein. If that is your only protein at breakfast, you are not getting, the 20 to 30 grams. But if your plate is already balanced, adding the extra just for the sake of it isn't going to cause you to lose weight. So here's what I want you to start thinking about is, where is protein missing from my meals? Instead of focusing on adding more, look at your meals and say, where is it? Remember, where's the beef? Where's the protein? So breakfast, here's what I see a lot, is smoothies with only fruit or veggies. That would be probably not having enough protein. Toast with avocado toast, love it, but very, very low in protein. Oats with blueberries, very low in protein. Lunches, I see a lot of women who will just have a salad. There's no legumes, there's no tofu, there's no animal protein of any type on it. And then they're wondering by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, here's the thing. If that same woman who had the salad with no protein on it also had avocado toast in the morning or some oats with blueberries, now 3/4 of the way through the day, the body is devoid of the protein that it needs. And that's when you're going to find yourself heavily relying on something fast. Your body's going to point you towards craving something to get something in your system to help your body, right? Because it is devoid of the energy that it needs. All of the nutrition, this is what our body needs to run efficiently. And it will tell you when it doesn't have what it needs. Those 3 p.m. cravings, if you have been eating breakfast and lunch, like I just mentioned, it's your body is telling you that because it needs you to do something. All right. So again, what are we talking about in protein? If you're plant-based like me, we're looking at lentils, we're looking at beans and chickpeas and quinoa and tempeh and tofu and edamame and nuts and seeds, right? That's where all of those are higher concentrations of protein. If you're eating animal products, 4 to 5 ounces, 4 to 5 ounces, you guys, of lean animal protein. Generally speaking, it varies, obviously, but will provide you with about 25 to 30 grams of protein, 4 to 5 ounces. You don't need half your plate in protein. Portion sizes matter. You don't need to overload it. And let's bust a big myth. Maybe you want to do a combination of animal protein and plant proteins. You do not need to combine plant proteins with other things in one meal to get a complete protein. That's outdated information. Your body pulls what it needs throughout the day. So for me, I'm never worrying, is that complete? Oh my God, do I need to pair it with a carb? Don't worry about any of that. And a note for my other plant-based women. So I've been eating plant-based for 14 years, and it was hammered into me, especially in the beginning, that all plants have protein, and that is 100% true. Broccoli has protein. Mushrooms have protein. They all do. So do grains, and again, nuts and seeds. But when it comes to meeting our protein needs as a menopausal, peri to postmenopausal woman, here is the reality. We do not absorb protein as much as we used to. So it makes sense that we would need a bit more to make sure that our body is getting enough. So we need to be intentional about including a plant-based protein in every meal. And if you want to do the, processed proteins, you've got that option too. If you want to do a mixture, again, all of your legumes, edamame, tempeh, tofu, pumfu. That's one of my favorites as well. There's lots of different options out there. And just because maybe prior to menopause, you never worried about a plant protein, but you're finding now your body has changed. You're feeling soft and, right? You're not feeling like you're building muscle anymore. Protein could be a big part of it. So I really want you, I know that the experts out there say that in the plant-based world say that we don't need to worry about protein, but they're also not talking to the menopausal woman. I just want you to take that into consideration. If I don't make every meal, I always start with what's first is going to be my plant-based protein, right? Because I know I'm always going to have tons of fiber because that's all I eat. Right? But so is it going to be edamame today? Is it going to be lentils and black beans? Is it going to be chickpeas? Is it going to be some white beans today? Ooh, what am I going to do? Right? What is the combo? And I usually do a lot of combos. I like to throw lentils in a lot because lentils, bang for their buck, have probably one of the highest proteins of our legumes out there. And they're not as overly filling as beans can be sometimes. So, but if I don't do that, I get hungrier sooner. My energy levels tank. Right? And I just don't feel as good. I know it. So really, just start doing some assessments. Start looking at it. If you're plant-based, don't assume you're getting enough protein. Start listening to what your body is telling you. Check your meals. Okay. So today's challenge, today's exercise for all of you is to look at your meals and ask, where's the protein? And I highly encourage you, as I said earlier on, look at breakfast first. Breakfast is such an important meal to start off your day with energy. And it, for so many women, especially plant-based women, it is the meal that we don't have a lot of protein. And I did it for years because I did oats with, like, you know, a little bit of peanut butter and some berries, and maybe I'd sprinkle a little bit of chia and a little bit of flax. But I mean, we're talking maybe there was 10 grams of protein, maybe 12 or 13 grams of protein, just like the 2 eggs. Not enough to fuel myself. Oats themselves don't have a ton of protein, right? So that's the place where I love to add lentils. I love to sneak them in there because I don't even notice them. Like today I had oats with peaches and a little bit of sunflower butter and lentils. And it was a great way to do it. So just start noticing. Try it. See what happens. What do you notice it's different? What is your energy telling you? Are you finding that you don't feel the need to snack? I mean, it's amazing what your body will tell you when you're giving it what it needs and what will change. It's so cool. So we are talking always about listening to our body. So yes, I gave you some rough guidelines, 25 to 30 grams, 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal plus some snacks. But listen to what your body is telling you. How do you feel? Are you setting your plate up with your fiber and then your protein? And we're going to talk about carbohydrates coming up because we have to, even though fiber was carbohydrates. But so this is where we are at. I would love to hear, how do you feel like you do with protein? Have you been under this impression that you only needed protein at dinner? I talk to a lot of women who are like, yeah, I have chicken or steak at dinner. That's not enough protein throughout the day, ladies. And if you're wondering why you have a lack of energy, why you feel fatigued in menopause, that can be a huge part of it. So start looking. Where's the protein? Now, if you're not even sure where to start, if you're tired, if you're struggling with cravings, if you're like, oh my God, she's telling me too much stuff and I'm feeling overwhelmed, please reach out. Send me a message, leave a comment. We'll have a conversation, either a messenger or we'll jump on a call and I'll help you figure it out. Don't let yourself... Overwhelmed is what your brain wants you to do, so you don't take any action. Don't let that part of your brain win. That's your monkey brain, your primitive brain. Don't let it win. If you want to feel better, you got to start making changes. Don't let overwhelm get the best of you. All right, you guys, have a good rest of the day.